Megan shivered. The apartment was old, bones creaking like an ancient beast. Dust motes danced in the faint sunlight filtering through grimy windows. A chill settled over her, despite the summer heat. This place held secrets, she could feel it. She unpacked boxes, her footsteps echoing in the silence. Shadows stretched from every corner, lengthening as the day wore on. An unsettling feeling gnawed at her. Why was this apartment so cheap? Nightfall brought a deeper chill. The building groaned around her, settling after a long day. Megan lay in bed, listening to the creaking pipes. Then she heard it. A faint whisper, barely audible. It seemed to come from the wall. She sat up, heart pounding. The whisper came again, a breathy sigh. "Help!" Megan told herself it was just the old building. But the whisper was too clear, too human. The next night, the whispers returned. Louder this time, more insistent. "Please, help me." The voice was male, filled with a desperation that chilled her to the bone. Megan couldn't ignore it. Fear warred with a growing sense of dread and morbid curiosity. She pressed her ear to the cold wall, listening intently. The whispers were strongest near a section of peeling wallpaper. Sleep became a distant memory. Each night, the whispers grew louder, more frantic. "Can you hear me? I'm trapped." Megan examined the wall, running her fingers over the rough surface. There, beneath the loose wallpaper, she felt it. A slight unevenness, a hairline crack running vertically down the wall. Curiosity overwhelmed her. She grabbed a kitchen knife, sliding the tip into the crack. The plaster crumbled easily, revealing a dark, empty space behind the wall. A cold gust of air blew from the opening, carrying the faint scent of decay. Megan gasped, dropping the knife. Something glinted in the darkness. It was a bone, a human hand reaching out from the hidden space. Panic seized her. She stumbled back, tripping over a box and crashing to the floor. The whispers from the wall reached a fever pitch, a desperate plea for help echoing in the small apartment. Megan scrambled to her feet, her heart pounding in her chest. She had to get out, call for help, but her gaze was drawn back to the skeletal hand, its bony fingers curled as if in supplication. "Don't leave!" the voice rasped, a choked cry full of despair. "Please, don't leave me here." Megan's fear gave way to a surge of pity. Whoever was trapped in the wall was terrified, desperate. She couldn't just abandon him. Taking a deep breath, she forced herself to approach the opening again. The smell was overpowering now, a sickening blend of dust and decay. But she had to see, had to understand what horrors lay hidden within her apartment walls. "I'm here," she said, her voice trembling. "I'm not going to leave you." The whisper subsided, replaced by a ragged breathing. "Thank you," the voice croaked. "For years, I've been trapped." Megan grabbed her phone, dialing 911. She explained the situation, her voice shaking. The operator tried to calm her, assuring her that help was on the way. Hanging up, Megan returned to the wall. "Help is coming," she said, trying to sound reassuring. "Just hold on a little longer." The wait for the police felt like an eternity. The trapped man spoke in hushed, frantic whispers, recounting a tale too horrific to comprehend. A tale of betrayal, of being sealed within the walls while still alive. Police and firefighters swarmed the apartment, their faces grim as they took in the scene. The wall was carefully demolished, revealing a narrow space behind it. And there, amidst the dust and debris, lay a skeleton, its skeletal fingers still clawing at the rough brick. The medical examiner confirmed that the remains were of a man who had died decades earlier. His death, a gruesome tale whispered in hushed tones. He had been a tenant, they said, who had angered the wrong person. His landlord, a man known for his brutality, had sealed him within the walls. Newspapers from the time were unearthed, detailing the missing man's disappearance. There were whispers then, rumors of foul play, but nothing concrete. The landlord had maintained his innocence, claiming the tenant had simply moved out. As Megan watched the police work, she couldn't shake the feeling of icy dread that clung to her. She pictured the man trapped in the darkness, scratching desperately at the unforgiving brick, his cries for help swallowed by the walls. The desperation in his voice, the frantic scratching sounds she had initially dismissed as rats, it all made sense now. He had been alive then, aware of his fate, slowly succumbing to a horrifying death. The thought sent shivers down her spine. She could still hear his whispers, feel the cold draft from the now open wall. The apartment, once simply old and creaky, now felt suffocating, haunted by a past she could no longer ignore. The police finished their investigation, the medical examiner taking the skeletal remains away. The apartment stood silent, the air thick with the unseen presence of suffering and despair. Megan knew she couldn't stay there, not anymore. The whispers might be silenced, but the man's agony seemed to seep from the very walls, a chilling reminder of the darkness that lay hidden beneath the surface of the ordinary. She moved out the next day, leaving behind the horrors she had uncovered. But the memory of the skeletal hand reaching out from the darkness, the desperate whispers pleading for help, would forever haunt her dreams. The man might be gone, but his suffering was etched into the very fabric of the building, a chilling testament to the darkness that can lurk in the shadows.